Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show that everybody's talking about. It's the Man to Man Show, mantomanshow.com with Tim Brown, Vince Bailey. Tim Brown, our resident life experience relationship counselor, life coach. He knows what it's all about. And Tim, we're doing this why?
We're doing this because we understand that every man out there has challenges and struggles that they deal with, such as yourself. And we just wanted to create this opportunity or this environment for you to send in your questions and for us to try to give you some relevant answers to your relevant situations and problems that you're having right now, so that you can try to figure some things out and begin to be a lot more happy in your life and to become a better spouse, a better worker, a better boss, or better whatever it is that you feel like you need to become in your life. So that's why we're doing the Man to Man Show.
And Tim has years of experience counseling couples in church, and a lot of this is based on biblical principles. So, hey, it is what it is, and we're trying to do it right, okay? And Tim, we got our first question that came in. This is from Tom. Tim says that his son, Tim, is not manly, that when he takes, little Junior to the park, he goes to the flowers. When the cousins come over, rather than playing with the fellas in the backyard playing ball, he's jumping rope and playing with the dolls and everything. Right. What do we do about this not manly son with Tom?
Well, Tom, not manly son at 5 years old is really difficult to try to assume that he's headed down a path that he may choose an alternative lifestyle. And I know that's probably your big concern, and that sounds like that's his concern, Vince. And quite honestly, I've had a lot of questions like that. People have called asking about their personal children that have shown some signs of being a little more feminine than they thought that they should be as a young boy. But I would say to you that at 5 years old, just make sure that you continue to be that example for him, to spend time with him. We would have to wonder or ask you, how much time do you get to spend with your son? Because that's important, Vince, that you spend the time, because we have a tendency to be shaped and influenced by the people that we spend the most time with. Mm-hmm. You've heard the saying that birds of a feather flock together. And it's difficult to separate the two. So if he's spending more time with his female cousins or his mother, then chances are you may see that. That may be something that takes place, but as you take him and spend more time with him, you'll begin to see that he's going to take on more of the characteristics of his dad. And who knows, maybe he's drawn to the color of the flowers, or
smell good.
Yeah, they may smell good.
Right.
And but I would say at this point, don't be alarmed about that or overly concerned. Just make sure that you spend the time with him that he needs you to spend, so that he can understand what it's like to be a man and what it means to be masculine.
Well, I tell you, Tim, as I looked into Tom's letter, I mean, when he goes out with the rest of the men and their kids, and it's kind of, he's at a loss for words, right, because everybody else's boys, knocking it out of the park and wanting to play ball, right, and all these kinds of things. But, little man is, doing other things. So, I mean, how should he, in public, because people are looking,
right,
how does he handle that?
Well, in public, I mean, it's your son. No matter what he does, right, if he grows up and decides that he wants to live an alternative lifestyle or be a homosexual, if that's what he ends up doing, it's still your son. So, we will hope that you still love your son no matter what he does, whether you agree with it or not.
Right.
And we aren't advocating that, but we're just saying that I'm saying that it's your son, so you still love him. But when you're out in public, understand that we all have a different makeup. We all have different things that we enjoy that we may want to do. So again, because he's playing with the flowers now, doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to want to wear flower jeans when he's a teenager. Mm-hmm. That may be appealing to a creative side that he has, where he may end up being an architect or something. He's looking at the designs of the petals, and look at it from that perspective. And if someone has something to say, just tell them to back off. That's your son.
That's my man.
That's your man. And if he doesn't want to play baseball right now, then so be it. You just have to accept that for now. Maybe take him out there, play catch from time to time, but
Play some soccer.
Something, beat him up a little bit,
Right,
throw
right,
some
right.
jabs here and there.
Should he talk to his wife about this, Tim? I mean, because if the son is spending more time with mom and
Right.
in the kitchen and things like that, I mean, should he address that with his wife?
And I think that's a great idea to do that, because if he's spending that time with the wife, it would be excellent for her to be aware of that, because she may not be paying attention to that. She may not notice that. And if it's something that he's seeing, to let her know, to remind her, to make sure that she kind of help spark some interest or allow him to see some other things as well.
Right.
And if he's doing something that may seem a little feminine for a little boy, kind of coach him along the way and tell him, well, this is how a little boy plays. A little boy, may not hold his hand a certain way, or certain things that he may not do,
Right.
if that's what he's doing.
Right.
So, definitely talk to your wife about it, because she has an important part to play in his development as well. So if she's the one, again, that's providing that example for him that he sees, then she definitely needs to be a part.
I appreciate that, Tim. I know, Tom, you do too. And hey, you can get your questions in. It's help@mantomanshow.com. Help@mantomanshow.com. We got much more coming up. You keep it right there.